Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
A lot of pressure in this early game. No kills, no direct fights, but it's just non-stop action. Peanut getting crashed into.
Yeah, Andal moving up the river as well. They will have first rotation, as Taeyoon may be a little bit slow on this one. So Hanwha Life Esports are the ones that get in. Cuz has to flash. And he's going to try and get out. That's not a blast cone, so that's not going to get you over the wall. And that is first blood going to Viper. But at least he scried the river, Wolf.
And this is going to continue to hold on to Prio here. Bulldog set up for this one as well. It's very difficult for Hanwha to win this fight without Emperor's Divide. Zeka's getting it up right now. So there's a razor-thin timing window. Zarya also wrapping around right now. Has to be a really good engage here, and they have to deal with package.
Yeah, we'll see whether Viper is going to skate his way in. A teleport to come forward from Dudu to get him into the fight, but he's not starting it off just yet. Nature's Grasp not going to be avoided there by Bulldog, who will get knocked up. Emperor's Divide pushes him back, but the package has been delivered. He might actually survive, but Doran is trying to deliver death to the bottom lane. Bulldog takes down Zeka. The Dragon's secured by Hanwha Life, and now Taeyoon might be a little bit too far forward. Man, they're so low, but Kwangdong Freecs do manage to get a kill before they get out.
And there's just not a lot of proactivity here on the side of trying to kite back against a Maokai very well, not at this stage of the game, so you really need the Corki to be your main source of damage. And
okay, that's a Magnus Storm. Arrow will connect here as well as Viper's over the wall, trying to get that DPS, buying some space here. The ult is off, but he does have to flash to get himself out of it as Doran pops over the wall, jump scare everyone, and in goes Zeka. He wants to find the Emperor's Divide, but he just gets a flash, and Taeyoon turns it on him. Now Cuz is looking for a bit more because once again the Azir is dead, and Hanwha Life Esports went a bit too deep.
Yeah, that was actually really impressive reaction time there from Taeyoon getting over the Emperor's Divide. The back away means he gets nothing. He looks for the double scoop, even commits his own flash here, so 3 flashes down a piece for these teams, and Kwangdong Freecs sticking to this Baron. They think they can hold this with Viper, no ult, half health, Doran on the flank, but I think that Kwangdong Freecs should be able to hold this aggro.
Here's another ulti from Peanut. He has no smite, not a lot of options, but they're fighting the Baron as well. Doran gets a whole lot of health back. Bulldog takes him down in the end, and it looks like the Baron should go as well, as Peanut gonna get flashed on. Dudu grabs that, and Delight's like, well, I'm out of here. There ain't nothing we can do. And Kwangdong Freecs, from one pick, they turn it into a decisive Baron.
And now they're ahead.
Yeah, it's a huge win.
It was so difficult, but there is no turret here.
Yeah, they've spotted him out. World Ender does come on through here, as Doran knows that he does have to try and get him CC. The Infernal Chains connect, and that should be the end, as Dudu does make it over the wall. The arrow connects as well. They get the information, but it could just be a kill for Viper. He does not waste any time, and he is just going to explode, and good night, Jack. So, Baron not up and available. That's still got a wall. And I believe Hanwha Life Esports also just bought all of the time they needed. However, Peanut is still in trouble. The arrow is going to connect, with the Arcane Smash already out. That is a fair few cooldowns now used. And Viper, he can smell it. He knows exactly what this means. He might have an opportunity to get on in there as they're getting softened up. And into the backline goes Zeka. This time he finds one, and it's on to Taeyoon. Cuz, can you survive? The answer is no, as it is now the killing fields for Viper. Zeka gonna grab one as well, and this should just be the Baron.
And this is a really puzzling call from Dudu as well. He just walked away in the side and stayed in the tri-brush as if he was trying to go for a teleport flank, but he just never showed up to the fight until it was far too late, and Hanwha Life Esports were able to identify it. Zeka shows up on that flank angle from a flank ward, and he's ready to just say, this is our fight. And it looked disastrous for Hanwha Life when they didn't have vision, but that one teleport from
that you have at your disposal to buy time in the neutral, like you're saying. Cuz getting over the wall, this is important. This is for Cloud Soul, remember, as Magnus Storm on to 4. That is massive! The Emperor's Divide trying to be used defensively, but Viper wasn't able to be taken down. It's a 1-for-1 on the mid laners, but the Corki is so important here for Kwangdong Freecs. And in they go. There is the steal from Cuz. Nice work. And now Dudu trying to be the hero that he wasn't quite able to be in the last fight, as Doran's going to do the same thing. Flashes on top of the Melio, and Viper is still free hitting. Now the flash forward, but Taeyoon also has so much damage, and he'll take down Viper. Delight now having to get out of there, and Doran has nothing left in the tank, apart from a teleport that he might be able to utilize. Delight trying to get out of here, and he does do so, as Cuz will get a stab off, and there is a volley. That may just be the end. There's the auto attack, and that is going to be that. The teleport in from Doran, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough to get him in here for the kill. He's walking relatively quickly, but the large metal man not quite able to do so. No teleport available for that particular ward, but Taeyeon's still just dead.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Doran has his ult back up, so not really much he can do there. He has to turn around to try to get a slow and help Cuz.
Back to the team very, very quickly, just standing stalwart, trying to make sure that Kwangdong Freecs cannot get extra vision around this Baron. And Cuz may have overstepped, does crash down, gets a decent Shattering Strike, and look at this, the damage from Bulldog when he lands it is just gigantic. Magnustorm to be held onto, but Doran is still alive, and they take down the jungle, and now Viper has taken matters into his own hands. Delight is incredibly low, but everyone survived. That's the main thing, and that may have just been the straw that broke the camel's back, Wolf.
I mean, with Zeri nearly full build here, you're just going to melt this Baron in seconds. With Leandri's on this Azir now with the Nashor's Tooth, it just goes away, and Duda was pushed out of this bottom lane by Zeka. Zeka didn't even have to teleport into this one. He wasn't even needed for the fight. And now, major objective going over is... Okay, we got there in the end.
Thank goodness, but he might just be dead. Yeah, he is going to be taken down. Sometimes the Raptor baits you into your demise, Wolf.
Not worth on that big chicken, I don't think. Not worth. That might just be the game.
Yeah, it really could be, because now everyone is starting to respawn, but no one's in position. This top inhibitor is definitely dead. They still have 2.5 minutes on this Baron.
Yeah, I was just saying they have mid stacked as well. You can just go over there.
Yep, there are some options, but it looks like they're not going to waste their time doing that. Taeyeon, oh my goodness, taking so much damage from Zeka. The Azir really feeling like he's scaled up now as Viper getting to work on these Nexus turrets, and this just may be it. Dudu trying to have that performance here, but it does not work out, and everyone is swept under the rug that is their own Nexus just before you see a Corki and you see an Ezreal, and you're like, well, we need to try and get onto them somehow. How do we do that? Well, we have Cassante, who can press an R button. Immediately, there is then a, space lady that just flies in out of nowhere and murders whoever he has chosen. And that could really just tear story.
Zeka LCK Player of the Year 2022. Delight underdog story. Everybody loves Doran. Uh-oh, Bulldog, you're dead.
No, it's such a cute corgi. Don't do it. Oh, okay. Well, he's made it back to his team. There we go. In goes Delight, finds 2 different knockups as Viper with a high-value Q, and Taeyeon, the sacrifice for his Corki.
Oh, boy. Good flash from Bulldog.
I would do that as well. If I was Taeyeon and my dog...
Bulldog, a little low on mana, is going to try to shove this wave out, maybe even grab it back himself so he can equalize that, but teleport advantage is really nice. You can absolutely feel it here in this mid lane. Peanut rotating bottom side here to try to punish this Karma Ezreal push.
Oh, and they are sticking around as well. There's the flash twisted advance. Grand entrance as well. Special delivery. And the Karma is picked up for Viper. Taeyeon now trying to fight this one out. Is actually winning for the moment. The Viper really wants to go back home.
Despite those early problems, functionally doing what it does, as you mentioned before, is up here. Bit of a roam from Delight, and Dudu could find himself in trouble.
We're not going to find the Q, but still going to go all out onto Dudu here, whose World Ender is now activated. Oh, another Q going to go wide here as now Doran could be in trouble. There's a flash and Dudu just turns it. And yeah, everyone turned up, but Dudu's got friends too. And so that is just a solo kill for the Aatrox. And outside of things, it's a great Drake to really create tension because all of the dragons are going to be very, very important.
Yeah, it's really problematic if Hanwha Life Esports starts stacking up those resistances against the Corki damage.
Oh, Taeyeon going to get jumped on here by Viper. He's trying to find some of these autos, standing his ground, but there's the charm and there is the death. So the Ezreal falls yet another time.
The light wasn't able to hit everything there, but just opted not to.
Yeah, Viper can always follow as well, which is a little bit of a shame. Is now Peanut. He might get slowed down, but Erndil is the one that's in a bit of trouble. The Inspire only going to speed you up for so long, and Viper, he's on a killing spree now, and we know what Geysers can do with those.
Yeah, this is a bit of a...
Nature's Grasp comes in. Erndil is going to be able to use that Mikhails to get himself out of the CC. And now it is a fight for this dragon. They instead decide just to back away, trying to get Dudu out of there. And Hanwha Life Esports, not even trying to risk it, wanting to instead maybe just grab this outer turret in mid lane.
Karma trying to speed people up to get him over here to defend, but with Delight holding this angle
on this Aatrox thus far.
Yeah, now that Thornmail is done for Doran, it gets a little bit tougher for him to hurt him in any significant way.
I made the unfortunate decision of looking at the items.
Yeah.
And I was like, perhaps we're
Maybe
not
something
gonna
could
get
happen that it's like, oh, well.
Oh, there's Cuz getting knocked up. Emperor's Divide going to throw him back there as well. Has to use the Heartbreaker. And man, the damage from Bulldog is massive. And Zeker is going to be taken down as well. It's a double for the Corki. And now Taeyoon, he might be in trouble. Voidseeker is going to seal the deal there. But it's still looking good for Kwangdong Freecs, and now Dudu has turned up. Doran, can you make that Thornmail work? Because the rest of your teammates are in a rough spot. Nature's Grasp coming on through, and Bulldog, he has had enough. Rockets now flying in. Doran trying to keep his 80 carry alive. Will the Supercharger be there? There it is. And Dudu says it does not matter as he flashes forward
Plus
and puts him down. That's so much money.
Plus 900, he's picking up on this Aatrox's second kill to get in here.
Oh, Doran thinks he might have caught Bulldog, but he has package. He's always so safe. Can often just get out by pressing W. That big one avoided as in they go. Oh, once again, Taeyoon just picked off. Oh man, he's like a ripe apple in an orchard, Wolf.
And the rockets just aren't hitting for very much. You know, he's not hitting the big ones. They're not actually hitting impactful targets. It's hitting frontline with them. And as Hanwha Life Esports, you're like, well, if you're not going to package, we'll just keep walking. And oh, they're
trying to make sure that this split push is not going to work out for Hanwha Life Esports. It does mean they give up control and vision around that Baron area.
Ina wants to make something happen on Taeyoon here.
Oh no, come on, no. Is he dead again? Well, there's Twisted Advance, and yes, he is. He very much is. Really dead.
I mean, Ina just walked up and like pulled his Death Note out. And
yeah,
and
he's
said,
like, by the way, Taeyoon.
if they can contest, I think it is very difficult to do so.
Yeah, Cuz has stolen things in the past, right? But they do have eyes on him. And look at how tanky Doran is. There goes the Baron, and now the fight might be on. That Q's going to land, and Dudu is delivered to the team. That could have been a dangerous thing, and he survives for a long time, but it's Viper that takes him down. Now Cuz is desperately trying to get away, but Doran lands 2 Qs in a row this time. His eye is well and truly in, and now they might just be moving up the mid lane to try and break open this base.
Oh, they're definitely going to try to break this one open. True Shot will do very little damage to these Baron-empowered minions. Are pretty high with these items.
Well, Kwangdong Freecs actually made their way out of the base. This Drake being started up at Soul Point for both teams. Not exactly the most pivotal. They don't want to let Hanwha Life continue stacking these up. Look at Doran, he's a brick wall. And there's the Emperor's Divide into the backline. It finds Dudu, maybe not the optimal target, stays alive for so incredibly long, but it does not matter. Bulldog's gonna die. Doran just throws a sneaky Q over the wall. And now they are just playing with their food. All of a sudden, Hanwha Life Esports are just way too big.
Way too big. So much money. 6,000 gold ahead of the end.
Certainly is. Nexus turrets are going to fall, and look, if you were going to write down a list of things for Kwangdong Freecs to work on, I don't think it's necessarily the mid game. I don't even think it's the early game. Maybe the first 1 minute, that was a problem in this particular one.
These were some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.